We have goals. We have things we want to do, things we want to achieve. And it's wonderful to have goals. There's a lot of research that says if you have a very specific objective to work for, you tend to achieve it way more often than if you just kind of drift and let whatever happen. Goals are great. One of the challenges is we treat a lot of things in our life that are important as goals when they aren't actually goals. And if you try to make something a goal that is not really a goal, you can work on it in a way that actually doesn't get you a very good result or any result at all, right? So what we're going to do here is really define what is a goal and what are some other things that kind of sort of look like a goal but aren't really, okay? So let's define goal here real quick. A goal is an achievement. It's something that you can look into the world and say, I have done this, and it will remain done forevermore. Right? Classic example. I want to climb to the top of Mount Everest. Right? Until you are standing on the top of Mount Everest, you haven't done it yet. When you are standing on the top of Mount Everest, you have done it. And forevermore, you can say, I have climbed Mount Everest. That's a goal. Right? It's specific, it's concrete, it's immediate, and it's positive, right? So it's something that you have done, not something you haven't done. It's something that you can be working on now in the moment instead of some indefinite time in the future. It's concrete in that you can see when it's done and when it's not. And it's specific. It has criteria of what constitutes being done with this thing, right? If it fits that form, it's a goal, and you can treat it as a goal, right? Now, some people have things that kind of sort of sound like goals, but aren't really goals, right? Classic is, I want to be successful, right? Sounds like a goal. I want to work towards the state of being a successful person. You can't treat it the same way, right? Because you can't work on being successful in the same way as you can work on climbing Mount Everest. Because climbing Mount Everest, like, you can book a plane ticket, you can get mountain climbing gear, you can start to train. There are things that you can do to achieve that particular thing. Being successful is not, it's too nebulous, right? But there's something there, right? There is something that we want to move towards. It's something that we can exert effort into making happen more often than not, right? So it's a different thing. It's not an achievement. It's not a goal. It's what I call a state of being. So a state of being is not a goal. It's a quality of your present experience that you want to maintain, right? It's a way of looking at your life as you are living it in the moment and being able to ask yourself the question, am I experiencing this right now, right? Classic. I want to be happy, right? You can look at your present circumstances and answer the question, am I feeling happy right now? You can look at yourself and say, am I feeling successful right now? Am I feeling calm right now? Am I feeling secure right now? There's a want there that's important, right? But you don't treat those things as a goal. The way you work with them is you treat them as a decision criteria. Right? So all of the things that you're doing, let's say happiness is a really great example. Pretty much everybody wants to be happy. Haven't really met a person in my life who doesn't want to be, right? So you can say, okay, am I happy right now? Am I satisfied right now? And all the things that you are doing in the moment are contributing to that state that you're feeling, that state of being, right? The things that you are doing are either causing you to have that state of feeling happy or not. And if the things that you're doing aren't helping you maintain that state that you want, that's a really clear indication that you probably need to change the things that you're doing, right? So the sneaky thing about states of being is sometimes they sound really like goals, right? Classic, extremely common example. I want to be a millionaire. I want to have $1 million. And the question is, why? Why do you want to have $1 million? What does that get you? And when you start to answer that question, what a lot of people, or most people say is, well, I want to have $1 million because it helps me feel secure. I want to have $1 million because it helps me feel free. You start to, when you really dig into why you want that particular goal, or why you want to achieve that particular result, you start to see lots of state of being types of things coming out of the why, right? And when you start to notice that, you can do something really cool, which is ask yourself the question, are there other things that I could do that will help me maintain this state of being in a way that is faster and way more efficient than potentially going through all the work of accumulating $1 million, right? Are there things that you can do to feel secure or feel free right now that you may have not thought of yet? If there are, then do them, and that's pure win. You can start feeling free this afternoon if you really wanted to, right? It's really kind of teasing out when you set a goal, it really helps to ask yourself why. Why is that important? What is the payoff? What do you want from that? And a lot of times you get these state of being type of questions.